it's some white trash out there, man. And Southwest Detroit, man, white fucking trash, Mexican trash, and trash, period. So, drinking alcohol. Like, I'm living in this building, man, minding my own business. And, drunks coming in the building or whatever, or stay in the building or whatever, sitting right on the steps, man. I had to slam the door, man. Get the fuck away from me, man. I'm not down with that, man. I'm neat, clean every day, taking a shower every day. You funking up the place and stinking of alcohol, man. I don't do that. That ain't my thing. I don't like that. Period, man. So that's how I carry myself. These, Chaldeans, Arabs, Chaldeans, or whatever, man. They got, quickie marks all over Detroit. While these black women or whatever, Detroit women, man, I just say the NFL. I just say the NFL, the Lions. It was a Lions guy, I think it's Alonzo Williams or whatever. This nigga burnt up the block in the NFL, burning his teammates and burning other NFL, NFL players with his behavior, sleeping with these women in Detroit, and just burning up the block, man. Burn some of these NFL players. I think he gave them hepatitis or some kind of STD, man. That really fucked them up, man. Really fucked them up. They couldn't get rid of. So just minding my own business, man. So, the disease factor is a third world city, man, with third world ideas, man. It's a lot of our Eastern Europeans, man, and Jews, and Eastern, Middle Eastern people. It's not too clean, man, not too clean. So, I have to deal with it every day. Hold up, man. You see, this is my sink, man. This is my sink. I use, use the bathroom or whatever I use the bathroom. I use liquid soap, bacterial soap. Use that every day. To kill bacteria, whatever. Antibacterial soap, use that. So, I told them, yesterday, it was, stopped up, man. It stopped up. Told them yesterday it was just stopped up. So, this is a nice studio apartment, man. But, dealing with white fucking trash every day. Mexican trash. And these other trash people, whatever, from different countries or whatever. I mean, I'm just trying to, stay to myself and, take a powder in 2 years, man, back to the South, man, to the dirty South or, to the South, and chill out, man. I'm not trying to cause no, problems or whatever, man, but it's some ugly, black fucking trash. White fucking trash, man. White fucking trash. I'm just telling you, man, if you look at that Rachel Dolezal story, that is fucking white fucking trash. Fucking white trash with black fucking trash. That's what, Mr. Superfly himself said something about the Jews, about Superfly. And the NAACP covered it up. Part Latino myself, man. Part Hispanic myself. I got some Indian in me. And some Spanish too. Got that in me. And everything you see about the NAACP, Klan members joining and becoming presidents of chapters of the NAACP. A Mississippi congressman supporting the bomb squad or whatever. And the 20 read some things about Miss Harriet Tubman that was outrageous. That makes me think that two reasons why she didn't get the $20 bill. They wanted to put Pocahontas and Miss Harriet, either Pocahontas or Miss Harriet Tubman, on the $20 bill. Miss Harriet Tubman got some faults that stems around Detroit. What I read, it's ludicrous, man. She would take the Underground Railroad, head to Detroit, Michigan, and go over to Canada. Number one, Canada had slaves or whatever. Michigan was not a free state, and plus the church, what they said is in the center of town. Nowhere in the world slaves was going to come in the center of town and get escorted over into Windsor. Number one, this was not a free slave state, and it's a whole bunch of slave hunters in Detroit, period. Where the church is centered, that will be considered center of town. In the Midtown area, back in the 1800s, that would be center of town. Up the road is the river. They know what the river is for. So, I heard some things people was talking about slavery. Michiganders. They was talking about a woman, audacity, to throw her kid off into the river because she didn't want the kid to be in slavery. So that didn't shock me. That didn't surprise me. That is the only thing she could do to save her kid for going back into slavery. This guy made all kinds of, this lady is having a hell of a trauma, man. Trauma with slavery, man. And she didn't want her child to be in bondage. That's it, man. I'm just saying, if you read the Bible, man, the Jews did a lot of that stuff themselves, man, of bondage, man. They was going through bondage and did some things, the same thing that this woman had to do. Because of the Egyptians. What they did to Moses, whatever. I'm just saying, that didn't surprise me. This surprised this guy. Surprised. He had a book he wrote. And how you can justify, I can justify her taking her young kid, her young whatever, and throwing her kid into the water into the river because she didn't want her kid to be in slavery. That's it, man. I'm just saying, man. Detroit is flat out white fucking trash and black fucking trash. I don't see how this city, functions, man. Kwame, alleged crook, definitely a crook. He's a crook, flat out a crook. Simple things he did let you know he's a crook. Number one, he went to text messages. It's record, text messages, record. You text messages Mrs. Beatty with improper, text messages to let you know, led on to it was an affair going on. Just admit to it. So that's one lesson learned. If you did other text messages with that, kickbacks with Mr. Ferguson, you did other text messages with Mr. Ferguson, illegal, illegal activity with Mr. Ferguson. You stupid, and you need to go to prison, man. That's all it is, man. All you have to do is, come up and say, and tell your family you apologize for committing adultery. That's all it is, man. Then you had another, indictment for, Mr. Ferguson, kickbacks or whatever, man. Then go fight that, man. Move on. That's what I'm just saying. He did some things that was so, uncharacter of, a man of his stature. Mr. Young, Mr. Coleman Young, I read his book. They took it out because it's racist, man. It's not racist. He had to go to the house and set things up in the house. What his book was saying, he had to set, because it was the black bottom and the unions. He was a part of it. He seen what was happening. He had to go to the state house, set things up, and then run for mayor of Detroit. That's why they didn't like Mayor Coleman Young. He had backing in the House. Democrats had backing with them, so he could do things in Detroit that other mayors couldn't do, or black people couldn't do. So that's why they hate. That's why they hate Mayor Coleman Young. So the only move he did bad was Mr. Hart. He got indicted for misappropriation. Chief police. He got indicted for something he did flat out. So that's the only bad move he did. Other things, right on the point, he had to do, right on the point. I like his thinking, and he could have, he stayed for mayor for years on top of that. So, Detroit, Hamtramck, Klan City, flat out Klan City.